So here are all the pieces.
Yeah.
Then we're going to put on. They're a bit dirty.
If I was putting this on long term, and it was going to be the cassette on there, I'd degrease it first.
Yeah.
You know, when it's off like this, it's a good idea to do that as well. You know, you can, if you're taking the cassette off,
yeah,
you might as well degrease it. Just get some like degreaser, which is something which we sell in the regular shop, and you can just it's like a spray, and you just put it down on a rag like this in the garden or something, and just spray like this, and it will just like all the grime will just fly off it basically. It's quite effective. Yeah. So yeah, you've got all these different cogs which are obviously different sizes. So big one, usually the first three are on a little cluster like that. So then basically you're going to put, so it's like the next one, there's always a spacer in between. So a spacer, and then you just look for the next cog up, next size up, or down, sorry.
Do the spacers fit a particular way? Or
no, they're all universal, like all the spacers you've got throughout this. And bear in mind that you don't use spacers all the way to the end. Only on the cogs which don't have any. Some of them are sort of quite thick. It looks like they've already got a spacer on them.
Okay.
So
it's only the thin ones.
You don't need a spacer in between those. So yeah, another spacer on the cog, another spacer, a cog, and then you've got that cog, that one, and then the lock ring, which is the top bit that holds it all on, goes on top. Right. So yeah, so you know that's the order.
Yeah. So
then when it comes to putting it on, you've got on the free hub body, which is this part here.
Yeah. So
this is a cassette. That's the free hub body. You've got like a thinner tooth. You've got teeth all the way around that are the same size. You've got one thin one. Now if you look on the cassette, you've got
one thin one too.
One thin slot. So you basically just meet that up with that. Bear in mind that the other cassette, when you take the other cassette off, underneath all of this you've got a little spacer. Yeah. And now that spacer needs to go with the cassette. So when you put the other one on, when you take your cassette off to put it onto these wheels, there's a very thin spacer which sits
goes on
underneath.
first.
Yeah, and when you take it off, you'll see it. It'll probably stay on here. Yeah. So you just pull it off and put it on here first. So that's first. Yeah. This cassette, there was only one, because of the old setup you had. It didn't have it didn't need one of those rings, but I think it probably does on that one. Okay. If it doesn't have one, then it doesn't need one. I can't remember exactly whether I needed one or not. Some of them do, some of them don't. So yeah, so basically put the first piece on, and then it's just a case of putting it on in order, so that all of the spacers, like, they don't have a specific place to go, so you just put them. Yeah. However. So that the spacers don't have the big one and small. Yeah, they don't have a skinny little notch in them. So it's only the sort of the actual cogs themselves. Yeah. Some cassettes they might do. Depends on how they make it, basically. So yeah, this is it. So you build that. Go along. Oh, I thought it was really complicated. It's not really. No. I think taking it off, the way you take it off is probably the most complicated part. Putting it on is pretty easy, to be perfectly honest. The best thing is, you don't need to know how, when it comes to tightening up, it's not precision. You just need to do it up to a sort of a specific time, which is fair, or not even specific, just like a certain amount of tightness, and then it's kind of, it's usually okay, so. So I can see that's the thicker one now. So the thicker side goes to cage down. The thicker side's going on the underneath. Yeah. And then on the very top one, you've got this sort of notches on it. Yeah. Which match up with the notches on the lock ring, which is the top bit. So basically, so the last thing you're going to do is put the lock ring on. So yeah, we've done that up a little bit, and now use your tool. This is the tool I'm going to buy. Yeah, the one you're going to buy is this one, which is actually a little bit easier to use. Yeah. So yeah, basically that goes in the hole. Yeah. Fits into the grooves. Are there grooves on it? Yeah, there are. So you've got slots in it like that, and you've got slots in this. tool doesn't seem to fit. The one I've got does, so maybe we've got the wrong one. So I'll get them to sort that out in a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, you do up the lock ring. You don't need this tool.
Okay.
You don't need that one to begin with. That's for taking it off.
Okay.
Obviously, if you're taking it off first, that would be.
Yeah.
And then you use your adjustable spanner.
Yeah.
Just onto the tool and do it up clockwise. I hear it clicking like that. Once you hear it sort of, you can feel it when when you're doing it up. It's going click, click, click.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you get to that bit, yeah, just do it up a few clicks, and then it's fine.
So you don't want it too tight.
No, I mean, you could probably over tighten it. I mean, it's, but you just don't do it up that tight. And there it is. It's on basically.
So taking off is more difficult.
So yeah, have the wheel in this position, so against your legs.
Yeah.
With the gears on the outside.
Yeah.
So that tool, the chain whip.
Yeah.
You hold that with the. So you've got like a little loop of chain on it.
Yeah.
And you've got a long bit of chain.
Yeah.
So you're going to hold it with the, with the tool in your left hand.
Yeah.
And holding this chain with your right hand.
Yeah.
And so you basically put the whole chain system onto a cog.
Oh, I see.
And then, see, I'm pushing that way on this tool.
Yeah.
So I'm holding it. So it's holding the cassette in place.
I see, that's
so if you imagine if you didn't have this on here.
Yeah, it will just turn.
It spins. But
Does it matter which one you put it on?
No, not really. I mean, just any of them really. But I go on one of the slightly bigger ones. So you've got more teeth, sort of in place. And so yeah, then you put your tool on like that.
And then you unwind it.
So then you're going anti-clockwise this time. So what you do is you push on that tool that way and push that tool that way.
Okay, got it.
And you only need to do that bit with the tool and then
just unwind.
Unwind it like that. And then pull it all off in one go.
Huh. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.